This is the new 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road. Today we're going to check out all the features and then put it to the test. That's coming up right now on Driving Sports TV. I know a lot of buyers think, you know what, I'm going to go off-road. I'm just going to go straight to a TRD Pro trim, which is the top end off-road trim. But you don't have to go there to get all the good stuff. You see, this TRD Off-Road is where all the good stuff begins. This one has multi-terrain select, crawl control, and a rear locker. And we are going to go through all of the off-road gear on this vehicle in this test today. And there's a lot of it, so buckle up because we got a lot to cover. The Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road starts at just over $42,000. The model we have here includes the premium package, a short bed, stabilizer disconnect option, a bed mat, and a power tailgate, for a total price of $54,829 US, including destination. The Tacoma comes standard with the iForce 2.4-liter four-cylinder turbo engine. This produces a peak 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. The transmission is an 8-speed automatic. A part-time four-wheel drive system with electronically controlled transfer case is standard at this trim level. The EPA rates economy at 19 miles to the gallon in the city and 23 on the highway. Because this is a TRD Off-Road, it also comes standard with a rear locker, off-road tuned Bilstein shocks, and the excellent multi-terrain select and crawl control traction systems. This truck has also been upgraded with the optional stabilizer bar disconnect, a $1,230 option. This gives push-button control to increase front articulation when going off-road. Tires are BFG Trail Terrain TAs wrapped around 17-inch wheels. Suspension in the front is a multi-link setup. In the back, you get a solid axle with coil springs. Total wheelbase is 127.4 inches, shorter than a Colorado, but longer than a Ranger. Ground clearance is a solid 11 inches. The bed here is a composite insert, and it comes with both AC and DC power in the back, plus a couple USB sockets, which is a nice touch. Payload with this setup peaks out at 1,200 pounds or 545 kilograms. Towing capacity is 6,300 pounds with a tongue weight limit of 640 pounds. Of course, you do get all the necessary hookups in addition to a brake controller in the cab. The second row is tight. I'm 6'1", legs torso proportionate, and I don't really fit. I do get power options, but not even a fold-down armrest. The premium package rolls a lot of luxury options into a single line item. So this Tacoma has a much nicer interior than the standard TRD Off-Road. The seats are wrapped in synthetic leather, heated and ventilated, with an 8-way power adjustable driver's seat. The display is a massive 14-inch unit that has Toyota's homegrown infotainment software. It also supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And that brings us to the sponsor of this video, OnX Off-Road. We love OnX Off-Road for planning our adventures. Which trails to drive? How hard are they? Are they even open? OnX Off-Road provides all that information in addition to tools to help plan and organize your next adventure. Get 20% off your premium or elite membership to OnX Off-Road with the code DSTV. That's an abbreviation for Driving Sports TV. Look for a link in the video description below. Premium membership gets you access to custom routing tools, featured trails, trail status, unlimited offline maps, and a lot more. Jump up to an elite membership for property boundaries and critical landowner information. Because out here in the West, it's sometimes really hard to know if you're on public or private land, and the last thing you want to do is meet an angry landowner. Your membership works seamlessly across desktop and mobile devices, in addition to Android Auto and Apple CarPlay while you're on the road. Now, in terms of safety, obviously we're fully loaded here. We have adaptive cruise control, collision mitigation, blind spot warning, rear cross traffic alerts. Basically, you name it, it's got it. So with all of those details covered on our test truck, it's time to head to the mountains and put this to the test. I've now been driving this for about 2 hours. You know, the seats are actually pretty comfortable. I was a little concerned at first because they're a little bit on the stiff side, but they fit me so nice. Also, I got so many adjustments over here, it's really easy to kind of set it up in a way that'll be comfortable. Now let's talk about economy. The EPA test is very basic. It is about 55 miles per hour on a level surface. That is not what we're doing today. Going over a mountain always taxes MPGs, but I'm actually pretty happy with what we have here. So far we've got 19.6. Now obviously it plummeted as we were going up the pass, and it's recovered a little bit going back down again. Okay, so we've looked at comfort, we've looked at economy. Time to test the off-road chops of this TRD Off-Road Premium. Right now I'm just in 4 high. There's no reason to really change anything out. Got a little bit of a dip here, but this is no big deal. And I'm just gonna go straight off to the Sidewinder, which is one of our moderate courses here. Just gonna skip the Rattler today. The very first feature that we're gonna play with here is one that is on most new crossovers and trucks, and that's hill descent control. Now, the way that Toyota does it is they actually combine one button to have 2 functions. The DAC crawl button, it's either hill descent, which is what they call DAC, or it is crawl if I was in 4 low. But I'm in 4 high right now, so all I hit is DAC. I can then adjust my speed from 2 to 18 miles per hour, and I just let off the gas, and the vehicle slowly lets me down the hill. Now, the whole point of this is, of course, to be able to navigate very tricky slopes. Anything that's slippery, this will enable the system to basically use all 4 wheel brakes to kind of keep the vehicle tracking straight. Man, those, I gotta turn off those little parking alerts because they are super annoying. I always need to do that in these vehicles. And then I need to find where the heck they are. I think I have to go into settings here maybe. Oh, there it is, parking alerts. Let's turn that off. Okay, the rest should be good. Right, so on we go. Now, of course, I can hit brake or I can hit gas at any time. The vehicle will still be in DAC mode once I let off. Got a little bump here. Just add a little throttle, and up we go. Now, this truck has 11 inches of ground clearance, so I don't think we're gonna have real issues with clearance today, but not all clearance is the same, so I'll be listening for any rubbing. Okay, now here we have our first challenge. We have 2 ditches, one on the passenger front and the other on the driver rear. Now, what can I do here? Well, MTS actually has some settings for 4 high. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know what mode I wanna do, so I'm just gonna pick auto. So MTS is on, auto, and away we go. Now, what this should do is it should enable wheel braking on both the front and the back to prevent wheel spin. Now, yes, we do have a rear locker, but we'll play with that in a little bit. Toyota's brake vectoring system is one of the best, and you can see that right here. I mean, we just crawl right through that. Now, lower trims of the Tacoma do have a system called A-Track. MTS is just a more advanced version of A-Track. And there we go. Nice. So on this section, I'm just gonna keep it in MTS, allow for a little wheel spin as I do this steep climb. Again, no locker, no low range, just don't feel I need it yet. Yeah, and these trail terrain tires are actually doing really good. That's nice. Oh, that's a rough hole. I keep forgetting we added a hole there. And up we go all the way to the top. It's loose here. Come on, you got it. See, this is just with traction control. No locker, no low range, nothing. So you can see that Toyota's MTS is actually really capable. And by that extension, A-Track, which is the older version of MTS, is very capable as well. So if you have a 4-wheel drive equipped 4Runner or Tacoma, be it new one or old one, and it has A-Track, stuff like that, no problem. So obviously this truck is very capable. Plus it of course has 17-inch wheels, so we got lots of sidewall. I think that means we should try Python Pass. I haven't actually driven this trail for a couple months, and there is a little bit of growth on it, but I think we'll be fine. So this trail is very steep. I think it's about 25 degrees at the steepest spot. It is twisty, so we do have to turn a lot. There are large rocks, some roots, and loose dirt. So it's kind of got a little bit of everything. I'm going to actually go 4 low. Let's go to neutral, so it switches into 4 low. And I'm going to do high-speed crawl. Let's just see if we can get up, okay? And away we go. So crawl control is like the downhill system, but it adds power to the equation. So we have both power and braking. If I'm going downhill, it'll brake. If I'm going uphill, it'll add power. I'm doing nothing here. I'm just pointing the truck in the direction I want to go. And boom! So you might be asking why I didn't put the locker on, and it's just because of that. It's a tight turn, and lockers prevent your rear wheels from wanting to turn because it locks them together. Super easy, man. That was so easy. Don't worry, we have harder stuff coming up. Just let crawl do its job all the way up. Now, of course, I can adjust the speed of crawl control using this dial, everything from high, which we just did, down to low. And low is a very slow crawl. So I'm just going to go ahead and crank this back up again. And we'll finish Python Pass. Now here's a tight corner in. I'll cut it so we can make it. Oh, there we go. Yes. Now let's do the ladder. We've looked at hill descent control, MTS, crawl control. Now it's time to get aggressive as we climb the ladder. This is a very steep climb with a ditch about halfway up. And then after that, we'll head on to the Anaconda. Okay, so here on the ladder, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna turn on my rear locker. I'm also gonna go to MTS and change the settings to, I want some wheel spin. So I'm gonna go with sand because this is kind of loose and you need to have a little bit of momentum to get up it. If I did rock, it would cut too much power because that's trying to minimize wheel spin. So drive, rear locker, and away we go. Try to keep a little momentum. These tires, here's the ditch on the right, dipping down. Oh yeah, with enough articulation, we can get up anything. Man, it just drove right up it. Ha! Yeah! Nice. So far, we've tried almost all the off-road features this truck has, but there is something we haven't used yet, and that's the stabby bar release. What that does is it releases the front stabilizer bar so that we have more articulation in the front. If you can put your wheels down, that is like half the battle when doing anything off-road. So we're going to try it out over on the Anaconda. Okay, here we are. This is gonna be fun. I know I'm gonna need as much articulation as possible up here on the Anaconda, so I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect my front stabilizer bar. Now that is an option on the TRD Off-Road. It does not come with it, so pay the extra if you're gonna go off-roading a lot. For this climb, I'm also still gonna use some momentum, so I'm gonna keep it in MTS, what setting was I on? Sand. We're going to go ahead and keep it there. Rear is locked. Let's do it. Got to keep momentum here. Now we do have under body armor, which is good because this is going to fling some rocks up. Yeah, these tires, this is where tires really, really matter. Let's try this again. More momentum. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let it down slowly, we'll be okay. As long as we don't slide. You can see the rock right on the side of the trail cam. Okay, that didn't work very well. There's a lot of sliding with this. Actually, let's change the MTS from sand because I think maybe it was too much wheel spin. We'll just do auto, see if the system can sort that out for us. So I'm keeping the rear locker on, stabby bar on, and we'll try to keep some momentum as we go up. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Woo! Took a little effort though. So are we using those skid plates? Yes, we're definitely using the skid plates today. Up and over. A little rubbing there. Not much. Oop. I think we hit the tail there on the departure. First part of the Anaconda. If we get through this, we can do the upper section, but it really matters basically how difficult it is getting through this and how much rubbing is there. If there's a lot of rubbing here, there's no way we're going to make the upper section, because the upper section is really designed for vehicles with 35s. This has like 31s basically, not quite big enough. Right, so stabby bar is disconnected, rear locker's on, 4 low, MTS is on auto. Let's do this. Got my front camera on. Now first we're going to crest. Now this is a longish wheelbase because it's a truck. Yeah, so that breakover is a challenge. We are scraping there. Quite a lot actually. That's not great. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's check that bumper out. That's a lot of scraping. Oh man, we are just scooping up dirt. But we are climbing now. Yep, I think we're climbing now. We should be okay. That's a lot of dirt though. Listen for more rocks underneath. Yeah, finally lifting. Okay, now this front wheel is going to go into a big ditch. So we're going to scrape in the middle at all. Come on, we got this. So this does not have a front locker. It uses MTS instead to emulate a locked function by adding brakes to the wheel that's spinning and losing grip. As you saw earlier, it is very functional, but it does have some limitations in that it does have to spin before it will lock down. Of course, the rear does have a proper locker on here, so those wheels just spin together with no variation. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to dip in. See if we're going to lift a wheel here or not. Ho, ho, ho. Okay. Well, we got through those ditches. Oh, more rubbing. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do the upper section. The longer the wheelbase, the worse the breakover, which is when you're going up and over something, that's the breakover. As you stretch those wheels out, it gets worse and worse. So for example, a small Subaru Crosstrek with 8.75 inches has way better breakover than a truck with 11 inches simply because of the wheel placement. Yeah, not great. So I can see right here, I'm scooping dirt. So our approach angle is also rubbing. Boy, I'm getting way more rubbing on this than I thought I'd get. Let's back it up a little bit. So if I come in a slight angle, that should help. Of course, I have a rock there I need to worry about. So I still need to step up onto the rock. But come in a slight angle there. There we go. Is our tail gonna now drag? Probably. I'm right aligned with the rock. Up and over. Hopefully we don't grind. Ho, ho, ho. Come on, you got this. You got this. Right. Whew. Well, that was a little more stressful than I thought it was going to be. Overall, this truck is extraordinarily capable, but you do deal with the limitations of a truck. Longer wheelbase, worse departure angle. I was kind of surprised that I hit on my approach angle on that part of the course, but I did grind there. So lots of grinding. If you want to go pretty extreme off-road, but not the most extreme off-road, the TRD Off-Road is still a great choice. If you want all the nice amenities on the inside, spring for the, was it $8,000 premium package? However, if you do need more, it is nice that Toyota does offer both the Trail Hunter and the TRD Pro, which have better geometry versus this vehicle, better suspension, a little bit more lift, and I guess that just grants it way more capability. So where I started this episode or this off-road section saying this is all you need, all of this grinding is telling me, actually, I would want something a little bit better. But do you want something better? That's up to you. Post a comment below. For Driving Sports TV, I'm Ryan Douthert. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share videos. We make them for you. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you enjoy our mountain test course, our peninsula proving grounds, all the videos we put out. It's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun. We'll see you again right here real soon. Now I just need to take the bypass to get out of here, which is very tight. We are sliding a little bit. I'm done working, so I'm going to go ahead and do crawl control on the way out.